Devon Pritchard, the new president of Nintendo of America, taking over for Doug Bowser. I had some concerns going into her tenure of leadership, but I was like, give her a chance, let her screw up, let her say something that confirms your fears before you just dogpile on and just start to destroy. Because who knows? Maybe she is going to be a blessing in disguise, and maybe there is something special behind what she's bringing to the table. And she opened her mouth and removed all doubt today of nope, that's not what's happening at all. Every dream matters. Everyone deserves to do meaningful work in gaming and storytelling. That is a quote from Devon Pritchard, giving her first statement as Nintendo of America's new president at the New York Game Awards. And she's a shit lib. Goodbye, NOA. We hardly knew ye. And this is the video of the New York Video Game Awards and the segment of Reggie Fils-Aimé introducing a video of Devon. Devon could not be bothered to fly there, so she just made a video for it. And I couldn't help but think that this is like an old fraternity where they try to build each other up and pat each other on the back the whole way through. And Reggie Fils-Aimé giving his full confidence in her. I couldn't help but think that he's just saying that just to be in tight with all these people and still, rub shoulders with all the brass in the industry still, even if he's moved on and retired from it. So let's hear it.
The retired president and COO of Nintendo of America, Reggie Fils-Aimé. Reggie.
Harold, thank you so much. I have to tell you, I am on so many boards now that sometimes it feels that I haven't even retired. I mean, I spend more time on boards than Tony Hawk does now.
Something a lot of people don't know or remember about Reggie Fils-Aimé is he was actually brought on the board of GameStop before the meme craze of GameStop. He must have made so much money because he started at the perfect time, probably got a load of stock options and cashed out and moved on from that. He probably made more money from his short tenure at GameStop than he did combined all his years at Nintendo. And I'm not even joking when I say that.
So apparently he skates in real life too. Did you know that? I mean, wow. Well, it's a new year. And this year, there's a new president at Nintendo of America. And I think Devon Pritchard is going to be excellent at the helm of Nintendo.
That is the weakest. Woo! This is, by the way, this is a hardcore wokey event where you think that everyone would be super on board. Even they are just like, woo. Like 4 people in the crowd.
I think she is too. And in fact, we have a message from the new president and COO.
Actually, you can see the crowd, and there's a lot of empty seats. There's a lot of empty, just in the front row. There's just like, you can count the heads, like 8 or 12 people there.
Of America. Let's take a look together.
Here we go.
Hi, everyone. It is great to be here. My name is Devon, and before anything else, I want to celebrate the New York Game Awards. 15 years of supporting the games industry, and in doing so, lifting up the voices, stories, and dreams of so many.
Now, this is the same New York Game Awards that invited Alyssa Mercante to give out an award last year where she wore the See You Next Tuesday hairpin in her hair while she was giving the award out. Yeah, wow, what a nice environment. So inclusive of these people.
This show connects people who are united by a shared belief that every dream matters and that everyone deserves a chance to do meaningful and creative work in games and storytelling.
That sure does not sound like a gamer to me. That sounds like someone coming in to inject an ideology into a company. Yikes.
The Playing with Purpose program supports the creators, the coders, the writers, and anyone else dreaming big to join this community and bring all that makes them unique. I'm excited to meet you, to hear those stories, and to learn from your journeys. And remember, like any good video game character, you're on an adventure, and every step you take matters. There are some gnarly bosses, sure, but also many good friends along the way who will support you, and powerful rewards for those who persevere. So keep believing, keep playing, and know that you truly belong in this game.
Why does this feel like an HR presentation? Like, I get it, like it's scripted and stuff like that, but it doesn't come across as someone that has a pure passion connection to the gaming community or the games themselves. This strikes me as someone that got put in that place to push an ideology and an agenda. Like, straight up. There's zero passion here. And the words that are being used are the same words you hear from the World Economic Forum, the same that gets pushed from BlackRock and Vanguard, the inclusivity. Oh, gaming is so diverse. What? This is your first time to make an impact. That's what you say. That's how you approach it. That? You're in charge of one of the biggest video game companies on the planet, if not the biggest. And that's how you introduce yourself. Oof. 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 There's the 12 clap.
And you know, when she's talking about gnarly bosses, she wasn't talking about me when she worked for her. That's thank
you. You know what's interesting about that? There's no mention of her working on the legal team and the lawsuits and going against the ROM sites 7 years ago when she was at Nintendo, allegedly being the head of spearheading all that stuff. They're trying to portray the image of her as like, oh, this sweet, kind girl that is she's just here to include everyone. Don't let them fool you who she really is. Savvy on X, belonging. You matter. Everyone deserves a chance. I'll take the Savvy was right again for $5. Thank you. This language is only used by leftists and activists looking to muck things up. DEI was rebranded already, but belonging was a big part of things, and it was part of Bridge. I'd like to point out, though the New York Game Awards board has a Catherine Soros on it, she married into the Soros family. Yes, that one. That is literally evil. But the whole thing pushes DEI and has many who have pushed DEI in other ways. Nintendo is absolutely hecked. Glad Pokemon broke my heart already. Most common diversity, equity, and inclusion acronyms. There you go. Bridge membership. Bridge is an acronym for belonging, representation, inclusion, diversity. The G is the gap, and the E is for equity. Wow. It's as cheesy as I expected. And this is quote tweeting Culture Crave saying, Devon Pritchard gives her first public statement as a Nintendo of America's new president at the New York Game Awards. Every dream matters. Everyone deserves to do meaningful work in the gaming and storytelling. This is Nintendo Life. I'm excited to meet you. Devon Pritchard makes her first public appearance. And this is I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but this is the PR spin that we're starting to get from the wokey outlets like Nintendo Life, where they try their best to spin it as a positive. Nintendo of America has a new president and COO. During the 15th annual New York Game Awards, Devon Pritchard made her first public appearance in her new role, which real quick, I want to go back to what Madam Savvy said. I'd like to point out, though, the New York Game Awards board has a Catherine Soros on it. She married into the Soros family. So this Game Awards event that's been going on for 15 years has a literal Soros family member on its board. Yeah, I think you already know what you're getting yourselves into with that. Introduced by ex-Nintendo of America president Reggie Fils-Aimé, New York Times columnist Harold Goldberg, Pritchard appeared via a pre-recorded video to celebrate the Game Awards and the nonprofit Playing with Purpose writing program, which looks to provide workshops in journalism and game narrative writing schools in the New York area because they want to keep the same cult of lefty lunatics going. They want to control the narrative. They want to control it so bad. Pritchard took over the role of president and COO of Nintendo of America when her predecessor, Doug Bowser, stepped down at the end of 2025. Pritchard will have a big task ahead of her, spearheading the next generation of Nintendo and the Switch 2. Console has gotten off to a great start, but concerns around price uncertainty and game key cards linger in the minds of fans around the world. And no greater can you see that stock performance over the past 6 months, but hell, even the past month. It's gone from $20 to $16. That's a 20% drop in the span of 30 days, and is looking to keep dropping. And it's not great. This was all-time highs. It was hitting almost $25, and it's now down to 16. So we're going almost 35% down from the peak just a few months ago. And this is with the Nintendo Switch 2 launching, having the games out, off to a great start. The cost of goods and the cost of RAM, memory, and CPU, GPUs, all the equipment going into the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be a very challenging point of contention for her. And this was back in the end of December 2025. Feature: who is Devon Pritchard? Meet the next NOA president stepping into Bowser's boots. Dug in deep. So this talks about who she is working at Nintendo for the years that she led up to it, but it doesn't talk about anything regarding the legal aspect when she used to work on the law teams there. They talk about how she worked in marketing. Everywhere you look, business affairs, marketing, public publisher relations sectors. Doesn't say anything about legal. It's very strange. Very strange. Almost like they're trying their best to hide the fact that she is a lawyer and she was somebody that was proactively trying to take down the ROM sites. Now she's just this nice, humble girl that's just in charge of Nintendo of America. Oh, at the end of the day, she's a hardcore lefty lunatic wokey trying to pretend that she is having the best interests for gamers at heart. But in reality, no, I don't need to see any more. It took a 60-second pre-recorded message for me to be like, yep, all my fears are confirmed. This is exactly who we thought we were dealing with. And it looks to me like Nintendo is going to have a rough go of it over the next few years. I'd say I'd love to be wrong, but no, I really don't. Nintendo has been awful treating the customers, charging more, variable pricing, game key cards, terrible consumer practices, overcharging for the products, under-delivering, hiding and locking games behind paywalls and subscription services. Fuck them. No, like this is not the Nintendo they used to be. It's turned into enshittification of a brand. It used to be, let's give people more, give them what they're paying for. And now it's, how can we make more off of these people? And when a company starts doing that kind of stuff, it's just a massive turnoff. Odin Darkle for 2. Doug Bowser's replacement is Wendy Koopa? Yay? I can see it. If you put like a big like polka dot bow on her head, I could totally see Wendy Koopa. Nev G for the 5-banger. Nintendo better buckle down for some of their hardest years since the Wii generation transitioned to the Wii U. I wonder if they know that. And they knew that before we did. Maybe it wasn't greed. Think about that. Maybe they would run the numbers and be like, no, it's not we can make more now. It's we need to charge more because we're fucked. If that's what it was, that's not good. But at that point, how much money are you spending on Nintendo of America? And what damage will that do to your brand if you just cut it? Like if you just completely just take the scissors and nip it off the Nintendo tree. Just prune the tree. Get rid of Nintendo Europe, get rid of Nintendo of America. And all that's left is Nintendo of Japan and people from America that are contracted with Nintendo of Japan. that can assist them in getting the products out here and stuff like that. They could just have a Nintendo of America department headquartered in Nintendo of Japan. I don't see why they need the Redmond, Washington. I don't know why they need that one.